Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 Me. Hope you're doing great today. There's one thing that I've noticed as I've gotten older, and that is that I like shopping and I like, looking at new trends, but I'm not a trend follower anymore. I don't feel this desire to, to add on to what I have created in my world, in my home, in my clothes with trends. Now, sometimes I'll see a color or an idea that I think is interesting, and then I'll usually do my own thing. So, for example, cardigans are really in fashion at the moment. They're everywhere. That button-up cardigans, and I actually remember those when I was, when we were younger. Do you remember we used to have the sets, the short-sleeved under piece, and then the cardigan? Well, that's not coming back, but there is this trend of cardigans, and I really love the look of them because they're up to the waist, not long, and I think that long sweaters always make you feel a bit draggy. So I've gone on the cardigan craze. I should have actually got one to show you because, and what I've done with most of my cardigans is change the buttons, and I found that changing the buttons actually managed to make a statement about what I like, sparkle and glow, but with this idea of a cardigan. And also what you can do with cardigans. Now, this was a trend that I saw, but I thought it was really cute. I've modified it. You take a piece of ribbon and you tie it to the top of the cardigan, and it gives you a bow at the top of the cardigan buttons. Really cool, very cute. But I think that there's been, just generally for me, and maybe for you too, a move towards more simplicity. That we're not interested in, I'm not interested in the excessive drama of decorative, design. I'm really interested in the more subtle, nuanced, mindful kind of decor. I guess you might call it kind of a timeless elegance. That I'm looking for, I look around me and I look for the same themes. Like, for example, I'm just looking right now. I have a real passion for these types of floral arrangements, and I found that I'm like filling my life with cushions like this, and not quite the same, of course, but I wish I could get this fabric. But that somehow for me, gone are the days of passing it, like filling my cushion, wrapping my cushions with different, pieces of material every single season. But decorating my home and my body with cultural significance, beadwork, think like this necklace, for example, vintage products, and focusing kind of on what really matters, rather than the excessiveness of the overabundance, just simplicity. And I was reading an article today about happiness, and it was saying that happiness is really not about more and buying stuff and more, even more experiences. It's about simplicity. And I think finding the core essence of what you are, and then just developing that. So moving into a more simplistic lifestyle in your fashion choices, home decor, even in culture. It's all kind of ways that feel relevant and vibrant to your lifestyle. And maybe you like a lot of decorative stuff, and you're still into, well, it's not even a progression, but you love, following the trends, trying new things, turning things over, and that's fine too. But for me, and I think lots of other older women, it's about simplicity. So when we look at fabrics, for example, look at style, natural fabrics. I go for cotton now more often than I go for, sustainable wool. Not so much linen, although there is some linen that's like not creasable, non-creasable linen, which is lovely, really, really cool. But it's not shouting a lifestyle, it's just whispering, not shouting a trend, but whispering a lifestyle. I think that's kind of the difference in what I'm certainly doing these days. And I focus on versatile items, things that can serve multiple purposes. So cardigans, for example, are really cool worn backwards. And there's nothing like a really cool. In fact, I've seen some pictures which I really like, which is taking a cardigan, turning it around, tying that bow on the top, and then just leaving it open, like with a t-shirt underneath. But there's just ways you can use in fashion to develop simplistic style that is, I don't know, just more mindful. So let's just go for a couple of things. I've got some notes here. I want to just make sure I follow them because I want to make sure I cover everything, my brain. So, so the colors that you may have chosen for this season, or maybe the mocha colors, like the Pantone color, gray, beige, mocha, and you can then dress it up or dress it down. I have got so into gray. I just really love the color gray. And so in my fashion choices, it's not, well, maybe it is a trend that I'm not even aware of, but I love the color gray, and I've discovered it, a beautiful gray sweater with some new buttons on it, maybe, or buttons on the sleeves. I've done that recently with a black sweater, and a subtle pop of color, that makes it work for me. It's not like, do I want to follow that trend to the T and buy this and get that and matching shoes and a handbag that you hold under your, I don't really care about that anymore. So with fashion, I think it's pretty straightforward. With culture, I think there's some interesting simplistic trends, non-trends that older women are pushing towards. Now, in our Patreon group, for example, a lot of times people will talk about going to a local theater production, going to things with their grandkids or with their children, going to things that their family likes. So making the cultural choices, not the extravagant, like I can remember with my ex-husband going to the opera. It was like what was it? Not Handel's Messiah. It was Wagner, the Ring trilogy. And 3 nights, 4 hours sitting in the seat, wearing the dress, the hair, the whole thing. I just would never think of doing that. And that was definitely on trend in the workplace where we were both working. And it was the kind of lifestyle that everybody was hooking onto. And we did it. And I loved it. Of course, it was very beautiful, but it was super expensive and very, just not me. This is me, like brown with a little color. And brown is another color that I've been enjoying as well. So, so in terms of the culture, a lot of people are doing intimate cultural experiences, the things that are relevant to just their family and their life. And maybe it's like a local art gallery opening or a book club meeting, just meaningful engagements. Not overwhelmingly fancy, events and practices. If you want to go to the theater and you love it and you want to dress up and do it, go for it. But I'm kind of just talking about me and seeing how many of you are resonating with this kind of a lifestyle, this kind of simplistic lifestyle in your decor, clothing, and culture. So home decor, as I mentioned, is cozy for me, cozy minimalism. I literally have very few items in my room now because I don't want to overwhelm with choices. I've got, one pair of pajamas, I've got 3 night dresses, I've got, I don't have like tons and tons of clothing. And in my house, I've got, the few blankets, I've got some cushions, nothing like that design that I showed you, although I wish I did, but it's more like, well, I can show you one. Here we go. I can pull up a cushion. This one, my peonies. And that, for me, I should hold, I hug my blankets, I'm a hugger, but those are the kinds of things I have in my home because that's me. I like the floral, I like the big floral, peonies, whatever else that there might be. But I guess one of the bottom line things I want to share, maybe you can join me with your ideas, is I don't think it has to be boring. Like simplicity does not have to be boring. It can be precise. It can be the colors, everything that tunes to your personal style. Earthy tones are really popular this year, and I do love earthy tones. You can see from this, this picture here, these are just all very earthy tones. That's my ideal. Browns, the teals, burgundies, those kinds of colors. But the textures also are important to me. So when I'm choosing home decor, it's simple. It's really simple. It's just not boring. It's, to me, very vibrant and colorful and beautiful. So what do you think? What's your story? I really would love to know how you feel about this new, what I think is a new trend in our generation of like going for less trends, more lifestyle based choices when it comes to clothing, decor, culture. Do you think that's true in your case? If you still love to go for the big things, then that's no problem. Just share that because I embrace any of your choices. But I just get this feeling that we're kind of making choices that are more aligned to a simple lifestyle, a little bit more things that we're in control. What do you think? I'd love to know. Leave your comments below. Again, I'm going to remind you that this is a challenging time we're in, and one of the best things you can do is build community. Find local community. And if you don't have a local community, consider joining our Patreon group, because that's where you're going to find other friends who are struggling along too, trying to thrive and more than survive. And it's a great group to connect with. So if not, just like the video, please, so that we can share it more on the YouTube channel, which is growing like crazy with all the various new people coming. But 60andMe has just celebrated our 12th year on YouTube. I should actually have the graphic up here, because 12 years, we just got the notification, congratulations. And we have 2,800 or so, almost 3,000 videos. And YouTube's a great channel for us. Of course, we've got the website, Facebook, Twitter, or X, whatever it's called. I don't know what we even do there anymore, to be honest with you. But Pinterest. Pinterest is huge. Go to Pinterest. You'd be surprised how much cool decor, clothing, fashion we've got there. It's just amazing. I didn't realize how it had grown. We've got someone looking after that, and it's not my world. But yeah, Pinterest, and also TikTok. I've been doing fun stuff on TikTok. Check it out if you're interested in the least. It's I'm doing it mostly to influence younger people that are there about aging. You know, it's just a fun sort of personal journey for me. But anyway, thanks for being here, everybody. Lots and lots of love. Have a fantastic day wherever you are, and know you're loved very much by me and all the team here at 60andMe. We are here for you. Thank you.